Archie's definitely a pretty unique character in Riverdale. Today I'm going to go over 10 things that make no sense about Archie in Riverdale. Welcome back to Project Motivation. Let's get into the video. Number 10 is personality. Archie Andrew starts off as a jock with soul. He wants to play music instead of football and struggles with it every day. After chasing his music dream, he gives it up and joins leagues with criminals, then starts boxing professionally and ends up running a gym that cares for vulnerable individuals. He changes direction so often it makes the audience's necks hurt. He is regularly portrayed as being pure of heart and the moral compass of the show, but he works with Hiram, investigates murders, and takes the law into his own hands often, and violently. It seems as if the showrunners want him to be good, but we can't resist good plot twists.
Well, I'm not great at science, but I can take point on this if it's too weird for you.
Weird why? Oh. You mean
Number 9, why he isn't dating Betty. The fact that Archie isn't dating Betty grates on a lot of fans' nerves. He and Betty share a childhood full of memories and special moments, but unlike the comics, none of those seem to matter to Archie, or so he says. He still gets jealous about Bughead and throws longing stares towards his bestie, whom he friend-zoned. The level of love he has for their new girl and walked into the school, while knowing about his criminal ties, is pretty off-brand and doesn't make any sense. Fans got a fleeting look at Archie in Season 4, which was the only thing that made sense in Riverdale in a long time, and that was snuffed out within 2 episodes.
Among liars, blame.
Number 8, relationship with Hiram. Archie is so committed to Veronica that he wants to prove it to her criminal mafia father. It sounds absurd even to say it out loud. He leaves his morals behind and becomes a capo for Hiram, and they spend many an episode embroiled in a criminal bromance, sometimes turning against his own wonderful father. When things go sour, Hiram frames him for murder. Archie's dedication to him makes no sense.
I hear this place could use the help.
No, we're all good here. Thanks.
Number 7, affair of Miss Grundy. Granted that the teens in Riverdale are edgier than regular teens, Archie's affair with his teacher was completely out of the blue. It seemed to have existed just to shock viewers. It was also too steamy to be normal, which is what Archie is supposed to be. Archie never showed an interest in older women or teachers at any other point in the series, which is why it's so weird that he forgot about all his beliefs and common sense and had sex with his teacher and tried to pursue a romantic relationship with her too. Number 6, he is not Betty's neighbor. Perhaps one of the biggest plot holes in the whole show, Archie, who has been Betty's next door neighbor since childhood, lives in a house that is not next to hers. Confused? So is everybody else. The conversations and peeking at each other through each other facing windows should never actually have happened because it's impossible. Archie's home is not next to Betty's in the show by a long shot. Maybe their windowsill interactions are just dreams.
No, I'm not. I want to be. I thought I could be, but it's too much, too fast. Archie.
Betty, wait.
Number 5, pled guilty to a murder he didn't commit. When Hiram tries to frame Archie, he goes the whole hog and does it for murder. He makes it look like Archie is the one who killed local goon Cassidy Bullock when the four were attacked during a relaxing weekend in the Lodge's family cabin at Shadow Lake. Fans were shocked and confused when Archie tried to be noble and changes his plea to guilty for murder he didn't commit. In his mind, he's avoiding a costly retrial for his parents, but a criminal record for a teenager who intends to go to college is much worse than some money being spent in trying to prove his innocence.
After my dad was shot.
Number 4, the bear attack. Following the guilty plea, Archie is arrested in juvie. The whole story of Archie in juvie makes little sense as he is forced to take part in illegal fighting rings, amongst other things, but after a miraculous and convoluted escape from jail, he runs off to Canada. Archie decides that he's going to exile himself in the woods, far away from his parents and friends to keep them safe. In these woods, he is brutally attacked by an adult-sized bear. Most fans were convinced that the writers had decided to kill off the character, but Archie somehow survived the bear attack. Number 3, Jughead is his best friend. The show is dead set on the fact that Archie and Jughead are best friends, but they rarely have any friendly moments on screen. In fact, Archie is so involved in his nightly vigilante activities, and Jughead is so involved in his literary pursuits and gangs, that they had hardly ever spent any time together. They're too different to even be friends. Adding to that, Jughead starts dating Betty, who is always going to be extra special for Archie, and none of this looks like best friendship to audiences. Number 2, the vigilantism. The resident redhead starts a vigilante group called the Red Circle, which is quite absurd in itself, but it consists of high school teenagers who openly challenge a notorious serial killer Black Hood. This is a serial killer who is too difficult to catch by law enforcement, but Archie thinks he can do it. Then he starts going out alone and poorly disguised and beats up criminals who carry guns. Real smart, Archie. Number 1, music room romances. Archie seems to only romance people in music rooms, whether it's Miss Grundy, ew, Josie, Valerie, Veronica, and even the long-awaited Betty romance. Archie loves to do it in the music room. Whether this is related to his deep connection with music or just a weird fetish, it doesn't make much sense because no one else is really getting in on the music room of Riverdale High. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.